On this episode of Action Figure Wishlist, we're doing our first ever Masters of the Universe video. We're going to start with the Masterverse figures. Hello, this is DJ from Fan Men Podcast. So we haven't hit Motu yet. As far as, these things go in Masters of the Universe, much like G.I. Joe, when we did the G.I. Joe episode, one of the Mount Rushmores of 80s kids' toys. If you didn't have at least one Masters figure, I don't know how it's even possible. They were everywhere. So, this year's the 40th anniversary of Masters of the Universe. Jesus, makes you feel old. God, that hurt. Anyway, so you've had quite a few lines come back over the last couple years. You have the Origins figures, which I'm big on. And you also have the Masterverse figures, and we're going to start with the Masterverse stuff. So, today's list, first off, like and subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, leave us reviews and comments down below. Don't be too mean, please. Like, if it's not that you want me to work on, that's cool, let me know, or if you have any recommendations, let me know too. So, we're going to start with the Masterverse figures. These are the $20 price point, like the higher end He-Man figures. They're really nice, actually. I think they won Toy of the Year last year. But right now, the Masterverse encompasses two different trains of thought. And the one we're going to stick to right now is the Revelations figures. What's Revelations? Well, if you're not familiar, Revelations is the Netflix series that they came out with last year that Kevin Smith directed. Obviously, if you listen to the show, you've seen any of these videos, you know, big Kevin Smith guy, so, might be a little partial, but, I enjoyed the show. There was a whole bunch of hoopla and blah about it online, but whatever, we don't want to talk about that. We're just talking about whether you like the show or not. One thing you can't argue is some of the character designs make really cool toys. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about cool action figures. So, what are the top 5 figures from that show that we want action figures for? Now, they did 2 waves to start with, and there were some really nice choices in there, but they've taken a break to go off in a different direction for a while, so we haven't had a Revelations figure announced in a while. We'll probably change to San Diego Comic-Con or Toy Fair's coming up this fall. But before they put up the official list, let's talk about what we want out of the line. Okay, number 5, Sorceress Teela. We don't do the spoiler thing here because, the show came out over a year ago, but in the show, Teela becomes the sorceress. She looked awesome. It was a really cool design. The Teela figure, surprisingly, as much as everyone griped and moaned that she was in the show too much, the last Teela figure that came out, you can't find it anywhere. It's probably the hottest selling figure in the entire line. So give me a Sorceress Teela. That will also be extremely hard to find, probably. Number 4, another Sorceress figure. We're going Sorceress Evelyn. And part of the storyline is that Skeletor has, has the power, basically, becomes Master of the Universe. And he kind of imbues Evelyn with the Sorceress power. So she's his sorceress. Instead of like a falcon, it's, or Zor, it's a bat. It's super cool looking. Like, Evelyn was probably the best character in the show. We had to kill it, but the designs were just gorgeous. So give me that Evelyn Sorceress figure. Again, if it came out, would sell like wildfire. Okay, number 3. It's almost like they mandated a bunch of different looks for your classic characters, because these are all just variants of characters you already know about. But number 3 is Orko the White, as I call it. They Oracle is what his name was in the show. I kind of joke that basically they do the Gandalf thing from Lord of the Rings with him. So I call him Orko the White. You have a tattered Orko figure that came in the 2-pack with Savage He-Man. But time for Orko to have a standalone figure. And it just makes sense to do the Oracle version of Orko. So the rebirth Orko. Number 2. Possibly the character that stole the show, at least for the first half of the series. Roboto. Justin Long voicing Roboto, I didn't think was going to be such a big deal, but man, he was awesome. Awesome. So much heart in a character that really should have just been a throwaway. Again, with the detail they're putting in these Masterverse figures, with the sculpts they're doing, Roboto is just a no-brainer. A no-brainer. The Roboto Origins figure that came out from these ones, super hard to find. I think it was wave 3. That whole wave's hard to find, but Roboto was so hard to get a hold of. So give me a Masterverse figure. It would be excellent. Okay, so the number 1 Revelations Masterverse figure I want from Mattel, it's Nomad Man-at-Arms. It's no secret that Duncan's one of my favorite Masters of the Universe characters. The look he has post getting kicked out of the Kingsguard, basically, with the samurai kind of top knot haircut and the cloak and everything, and without the helmet and just in the beard. He looked awesome. I mean, he's such a good character, and he was so prevalent in the new show. He had a lot more focus on him than I thought he was going to. With them going with, Tila and stuff like that, I didn't think they'd have him be as, like I said, as prevalent as he was, but he was. And when they took the helmet's cool. I mean, I like man-armor armor, but just the look he had towards the back of the series was just so cool looking. He make an awesome figure. I mean, just do that now. I'm surprised, honestly, that he didn't have an alternate head in the original Man-at-Arms release, which is still a fine figure. But for some reason, it's just the head looks a little small on the first release because of the helmet. So give me the other one, no helmet, cool haircut, beard, the duster cover, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so to wrap up, our top 5 Master of the Universe Revelations Masterverse figures. Number 5 is Sorceress Tila. Number 4 is Sorceress Evelyn, and you can flip those around if you want to, doesn't matter. Number 3 is Oracle of the White. Number 2 is Roboto, and number 1 is Nomad Man-at-Arms. So everyone, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. These are a lot of fun to do. They give me an outlet to talk about my favorite thing, which is toys and little plastic versions of our favorite characters. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the view. Go ahead and, like I said, like and subscribe. And again, if you want to listen to the audio show, Fan Man Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. And we have the normal show, and we have some special Disney episodes we've done. If you're a fan of going to Mouse World and riding on rides, we talk about that quite a bit too. And, comics, movies, all this other good stuff. So, again, thank you for stopping by, and happy collecting.